Welcome to a new video in my home automation series, and as you can see I have a new Zemismart hub here on my desk that I'm going to quickly review. And this is sort of like an all-in-one hub from Zemismart. I reviewed quite a few of their hubs. I think that we had an M1 in the past, and then we also had the M6 most recently, and now we have this M1 Pro. And very similar to all the previous hubs. I mean, they look almost exactly the same. The previous one was white and this one is black for a reason that I'm going to come back to later on. So this supports Matter. So this can be used as a Matter hub in your Tuya ecosystems if you don't have any Matter hubs at home. It also works as a Zigbee hub. Just like all the previous models, like the M6, they have the Zigbee hub functionality. They also have the Matter gateway functionality, so they can share all the Zigbee devices to a Matter network. So let's say you have a Google Home, you connect the Zigbee devices to here, like this ZPS-Z1 presence sensor. And then you can share this over a Matter network and use it there as a Matter compatible device. And I think the new feature for this is that it also has the infrared remote functionality. So I have this very simple candle light that I can turn on and off using this very cheap generic infrared remote. And I was able to train this hub to send those signals out and turn this light on and off. So that's you're going to see later in the video as well. So this is why I said this is like an all-in-one. It basically handles anything. It handles Zigbee devices, it handles Matter's devices, it can share the devices to a Matter network, and it can also control infrared devices. So this is a pretty much all-in-one device, and it is certainly going to be a nice addition to my Tuya ecosystem. And before we go over to the features review, I just want to quickly show you the device. And as I said, this is very similar to the previous model. So this is the M6, which has almost all the features as this one, except the infrared functionality. But you see it's the same case, it's the same set of connections. The case has moved from white to black. And I think the reason for that, because this is a type of black material which is transparent for infrared signals, because there are some infrared receivers and transmitters built into this surface here. I think at a more intense light you can somehow see that, but it's not really visible. So it is just a black box, and that's how it looks like on the back. You see a Matter logo, so this can be paired to a Matter network. And on the back you have 3 connections. So you have the antenna for the Zigbee, you have micro USB for power, and you have Ethernet for the network connection, so it can talk to the Tuya network. So this is a wired model, so you need to have the Ethernet connection. As I said, this antenna is for Zigbee, that's not for Wi-Fi. So this device have to be wired, which limits where you can place them, but at least this provides a reliable connection when talking to your network. Also for this device, you get a few accessories. So you get a short network cable, you get a short USB lead, and we are getting a power adapter. So I think for this, power source is probably important. So this is like a 2 amp power supply, just to make sure that it works reliably. Maybe there is burst of energy required when it sends out infrared signals. So this is why it is probably important for Zemismart to include a reliable power source, as opposed to you pick like a random phone charger which might not be able to deliver the power for this device to work correctly. So yeah, we get everything in the box. So the only thing you need to provide is a network cable, and then you're ready to go. So in this video, we are going to look at a couple of different ways how you can use this device. Obviously, I'm going to show you how you can use this in the Tuya application as a Zigbee hub, just like the M6, how I used it as mainly as a Zigbee hub. But I'm going to show you how you can also link Matter devices to this. So this becomes a Matter hub or a Matter bridge. Then we can also share all these Zigbee devices to a Matter network, so like Google Home or Apple Home or Alexa. And then finally, I'm also going to look at the infrared features, and I'm going to set up this very simple LED candle light so we can control it from the Tuya app using this hub infrared functionality. So let me show you how it works in the Tuya app, which I've already done, so I can test the device. But as you can see, the the M1 Pro is added here. And by the way, if I go all the way back to the first screen and I just use the add the device function, I just left the device as it is, and because that probably also uses Bluetooth or some other communication, I got a notification that the device, there is a nearby device which was automatically detected. So I didn't have to really do anything, but you can also look at gateway controls, and I think it's the wired Zigbee gateway. That's the one that you could also use to find this device. But now it's added to my list of devices, and the screen, the detail screen of this looks exactly the same as the older hubs from Zemismart. Like I had the M6 and it had the same user interface. You can control these indicator lights here, which I mean, fine. They are very faint anyway, so probably I'm not going to bother with them. There is not going to be too much in the settings, like you know, you can update the firmware, you can change the name and the icon. There is, you know, nothing else here. But the real magic is actually on the sub devices, and you can see that I have 2 sub devices. So quickly, I just want to cover how I added new Zigbee devices. So I'm using this Zemismart radar presence sensor, which is the ZPS-Z1. So I just did what was it, device management and then quick add, and that this is the Zigbee quick adding feature. So if you have any Zigbee devices, if you reset them so they are discoverable, this is the discovery screen. You have to wait for a couple of seconds here and your new device is going to be added. So you can see the Zigbee logo here, and that's the device which is detecting, you know, presence and lux value and everything. I have a whole different video on the ZPS-Z1. Actually, I have 2 videos on that. So if you're interested, I'm going to leave a cards to those in the card section. If you want to add, because this also works as a Matter hub, so if you want to use Matter devices within your Tuya network, so let's say you don't have a separate Google Home or Alexa, you can use it as well because it is Matter compatible. And for that, I use the first option, so scan, code, and add. And now you can scan a device, and I have a Maros Matter hub here, sorry, Maros Matter compatible smart plug here. And I can scan the code. I'm not going to scan it because I've done it already, but it goes through the normal process. You scan the code, you provide the Wi-Fi credentials, and the device is going to be added. So you can see that I have the smart plug here. I can turn it on and off. Well, you don't actually see the plug, but maybe you could hear the click of the relay. So it is working. It is able to use Matter compatible devices within the Tuya home. So this is an extra feature that you can get from this hub as well. And now let me cover the infrared functionality, and for this I'm going to use this very simple candle LED light, which has a very simple remote. As you can see, it only has an on-off button, but that's always fun to use this for testing. It's easy to put it here rather than, you know, setting up a TV or hi-fi. So you can add an infrared device. And this functionality, again, I do have a couple of infrared device videos in Tuya, and the user interface is exactly the same. So first of all, you have to select from a set of these template devices. So obviously I'm going to use light, but you see TV set-top box, air conditioning unit, DVDs, audios, cameras, heaters. You have pretty much all the main features that you would expect. So I'm going to do a light. And so you have 2 options here. So you have this quick match option, or you have the learn match option. And actually, let me start with a TV example. So the quick match, and let's say you have a Sony TV. So I'm just going to search Sony. Yep, select Sony. So what is happening now? It's going to try with a couple of the built-in codes that are in the database. So I'm pressing the power button here. Obviously now your hub should be within the vicinity of the TV set, and then you can say, oh, did the TV turn on? Because if you click on can control, that means that is the code for your TV, and basically you're done with the setup. Or if you do another one, then it loads another set of infrared signals from a different Sony brand. So you do the power again, and then you can say, oh, this is the one that controls. No. And then you can basically cycle through, and whenever your TV turns on, you can say that, oh, I did the control, I can test with another button like the number 1 button. I can control, navigate right, and now it loads this set of infrared functions, infrared codes for that specific TV, and now you have a TV, and you can do control and then set up a TV. So now you have set up the TV without manually learning all the buttons and everything. So now you have the set of buttons that was in the database for this particular TV remote. You have the main buttons, but on more you have a set of additional buttons, and you also have numbers for this specific model. So again, it's very easy to set up. But now I will try to use this candle light to learn the 2 buttons on this infrared remote. So I'm going to use infrared device, and it's going to be a light. It's going to be a learn match, and I don't want to match it with any of the codes in the database, because I suspect that these generic candle lights are probably not stored in the database. So I would use this second option. No, I will learn button by button, and I just pick something random. Yeah. So what I can do is I can press and hold on the OK button and then learn it. Okay, learn successful. And then next I do the off button and then learn successful. And I click on learn end, and I have total number of keys. Yes, save. Okay, I enter the candle mode, and the brand is, well, okay, I'm just going to leave it at Asus. Probably I could have some search for something, but I don't think it really matters. So now I have a light, and let's check if it's working. So if I send an on signal, yes, and it turns on. And I send an off signal and it turns off. And I can, of course, well, I can't really press any of the other buttons because I haven't trained those buttons, because I physically don't have. But yeah, and that's how long it took to learn a completely alien, well, generic device, and it works just like that. And as you can see, the range of the infrared signal is pretty good. It really just, so basically it's on the table now. Okay, that was too much. But if I raise it off the table, so almost 180-degree coverage, which is nice. Okay, and I have these in the on the shelf in the living room, so I can now use the Tuya app to turn it on and off. So maybe have an automation that automatically turns them on in the evening and then turns them off later in the night. Oh, that's cool, and that was really easy. Okay, and then finally we can look at the Matter Hub functionality. So I go in the 3 dots and I see share via Matter Gateway. Okay, and I have this number. So I copy the number from here, and I'm going to start Google Home. And here I'm going to press new device, scan for a Matter QR code, set up with a matching code. And I'm going to paste this in, and I'm going to click next. And they usually go through the screens for the Matter setup. Okay, and the device is connected. And I just have to find these new devices, which I think there is usually a link here which says unassigned devices or something like that. Yeah, so it says in your home, and I have a smart plug, which is actually the plug which is connected via Matter to this device. So that has come through this Matter gateway. I also have the occupancy sensor, and just from the 1000 lux I can tell that this is probably this sensor. I think if I try to remove this and I cover it in my hand, maybe we'll come back to this later and we will see that the light level changes. I don't know how frequently these things update, and I think that's pretty much it, because it was not able to bring through the infrared devices. I mean, infrared devices can be really specific, especially when it comes to TV with volumes and channel changes, and these things are not supported in Matter at the moment. So they are able to replicate Zigbee devices, and it looks like it's able to replicate the Matter devices as well, but not the infrared ones. Okay, so this light level hasn't updated yet, but I'm pretty sure it's this device, because this came through just now. And by the way, because I only wanted to set this up for testing, I have removed the Zemismart the hub from Google Home, and as you can see, both the smart plug and the occupancy sensor was removed as well. So that was just one other way to confirm that those devices were coming through the Matter gateway as well. So this concludes my review of this Zemismart M1 Pro Hub. As I said, there is going to be some promotion coming up shortly. So if you're interested in this device, there's going to be affiliate links in the video description, probably some coupons. I haven't received the details information yet, so make sure that you head down to the video description to see those. But I think that's going to be all for today. Thanks for watching, and hopefully see you in the next one.